We just came from there. That street leads us to the Garden Tomb, and we know that the Garden Tomb is outside the wall. And here it is, we are outside the wall of the city. In front of you, you can see Damascus Gate. Look how beautiful is that gate. With a rain cloud. We might have rain. It's might be the second day of raining this year, but I'm talking about a few drops, if it will rain. Then, in that case, you can see the northern wall of the city, and Mick, I'm with you. We are following Mick today, and if you want to know how to do that for yourself, a relic or souvenir that's been blessed in Jerusalem, go to my description and you will find the link for Buy Me Coffee, and there you will find all the information about it. It can be not only a cross. Yesterday I did it with a big statue of Saint Michael, the archangel. The wall is from the 16th century, but it's based on an old wall. The Crusader, for example, actually entered through here, and down there, and we will see it in about a minute, there is an arch of victory, triumph, arch of Adrian. Caesar Adrian, 2nd century, 135 AD. That shows you that it was outside. And in the 19th century, some of the Protestants actually said the Church of the Holy Sepulcher, which is right there, it's not so far away from here, it's inside the city. It's actually in the center of the city, and it cannot be the correct place because Jews cannot be buried inside the city, and we know that the Bible mentioned it as well. Then in that case, they started to look for a place that looked like a Golgotha, and that is the Garden Tomb that I just left. It's a beautiful example of it. The question that I can ask is the tomb of the Church of the Holy Sepulcher was outside or not outside the wall of the city? Because you must understand that what you're looking at is a city, let's say 2,000 years after Jesus ascended into heaven. Then it's a little bit different than that. If we talked about the arch, here it is in front of you. This was built for Adrian, and Adrian changed the name of of Jerusalem to Alia Capitolina. No one remembered that name now, because everyone used the word Jerusalem, but he changed the name of Israel to Palestine. Now we know what is the second name of Israel. Now let's enter today to the city through Damascus Gate. I was waiting outside for like half an hour because it looked like there's a important prayer at Al-Aqsa Mosque. It was so crowded, too crowded. But look how beautiful it is. Look at the blue sky, and look at the fruit and the vegetables that the saleswomen are selling. Here and there, you find it all over, and look at the beautiful doors here and there. Now, as gate, usually build it against enemies that you cannot go straight. You have to turn left, and then to turn right. Not easy. A little bit crowded, but 10 minutes ago it was unbelievably crowded. Chocolate and sweets, socks, lots of vegetables. You know, it's not a touristic area then. It's mostly for local people. I was planning to take the long way to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Remember, it's a tour between two churches. Oh, two tombs of Jesus. Sorry, the Garden Tomb is not a church. And it was important for me to start it from there to show you how beautiful it is and to take you back to the days of Jesus, because the Church of the Holy Sepulchre looks like a church. Very holy, very beautiful, but the authentic of 2,000 years ago is not there anymore. I don't know if I mentioned nothing. Which usually the question will be what? Which is the one that you believe that it is the church? All right. Let me go there. And I know exactly which way I'm going to take. There are two ways that I could choose. The left one, but look how crowded it is, because the people are going to the mosque, to elect a mosque. And it's too crowded. And I will take the main road, who will take us faster to the church. So people are buying falafel. They have an amazing falafel. Really good one. Look at the pita bread bakery. Oh, so many kind of olives and pickles. It is crowded, but less crowded than the other. And it's totally not touristic. Now, about the name of the road. This is the main road from 2nd century until now. And the Romans call it the Cardo with C. The heart of the city, cardiologic. Mentioned in so many places, and some of the Via Dolorosa way is on the way. And we will see some of the stations, and I will explain about it when we reach there. I'll try to take the shade part because the sun now is in our eyes. Sweets. I love sweets. Mick, we are following you today. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweets. You can understand that I love sweets. Oh, someone is eating. There's lots of food here, lots of smell, good smell. I'm starving.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Look like sausages. Totally not touristic, and this is the beautiful part of Jerusalem. Without all those tourist shops, then you feel like an Arabic country, maybe in the big bazaar of Istanbul, and in a way you're right. It looks like it. And don't forget that the Ottomans conquered that place for 400 years. If you like it, I don't. Come on, see. And fish, this is my nightmare. But the smell of the restaurants here are amazing. You look at the herbs. And there's one place that you must adore. But let's see that I didn't miss it. Of a shop of herbs. I think I see it. I'm walking slowly because my tools are mainly of the daily life of Jerusalem and Israel. Here it is. Look at the pyramid of herb. I really love that shop. I mean, it takes them hours to build it. Muslim chanting, Muslim prayers. Oh. Is it beautiful or not? Until we will reach the Via Dolorosa, which is now, and we'll ask you if it's okay by you to subscribe my channel. And in the description you will find more information about how to connect me, to talk with me, to ask me questions. And at the link of Buy Me Coffee, there's information about how to deal with it, to buy. I can buy for you something. Can be anything that connected to Judaism and Christianity, and bless it and take a video of it, which is the difference of it, and then I will send it to you. And this is for Mick, 7th Station of the Cross, because this is still crowded. Let me stand up. This is which is the Caudo, and we are standing here at the Via Dolorosa street. Here it will be less crowded for me to talk. Jesus walked from there. He reached the 6th station of the Via Dolorosa, and that's where Saint Veronique cleaned his face. He was sweating. And let me tell you, it's October now, and it's quite good weather, but still humid, and I'm not sweating, but I feel it. Then he walked through here. When he reached that gate, according to most of the Christians, that was one of the options, one of the gates that he went out of the city. Then the street that we actually used, the corridor, was outside the city at the time of Jesus. Remember, there's a gap of more than 2,000 years. Then at the 7th station, he fell for the 2nd time. It's important to tell you that, because if you're a Protestant, I'm not sure that you know about the Via Dolorosa. The 14th station that, according to the Catholic, Jesus walked with his cross on. Some of them are in the Bible, some of them are not. I do have beautiful videos of it. I'm not going into that idea, if it's true or not, or why they added it, but they did it. The idea of the misery of Christ, misery of his mother, was on the way. It's kind of a nice marketing for every group that walking here with a cross. And let's see, now it's empty. Walking with a cross on them. And the idea is to feel that agony. I mean, he did it for us. From here it's 5 minutes to the main entrance of the church, but I think you know me, I cannot go straight to the church. I want to show you another part of it. It's usually the unknown part of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Look at the halva, look at the sesame sweets. So tasty. Oh. Looks like an ambulance, but it's not. Look at that. It's against the law to do that, but he did it. And always look for him, and then you will know how to climb to the church. This is the unknown part of the church. Church of the Holy Sepulchre, at the 4th century, started from here. That's the entrance to the atrium. Today the church is less than half. And this is the cat square. Why? Because usually the salesmen are throwing the garbage here, and the cat knows it. Look how that cat looks like, and I will say it again. Someone wrote me a message that he saw the cats in my videos, and his daughter used to laugh at that and say, "Holy cats chasing holy mouse." Lovely, isn't it? Now that is the gap between the Muslim quarter, which is right there, to the Christian quarter. We are already at the Christian quarter. Remember, that was part of the church at the 4th century. More cats. What you can see here is the 2 domes of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Wait a minute. From here it's even better. You must understand that Jesus wasn't crucified in a church. The church was built by St. Helen 300 years after that. They opened the gates for the first time at 335 AD. So empty here, huh? Compared to the Cardo. And we are welcome you into the Coptic part of the church. Look how beautiful it is. This is the 9th station of the Via Dolorosa. That's where he fell for the 3rd time. And we are already at the roof of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Usually here you can see big crosses, and the Catholic groups are walking with a cross until here, but then they're entering into Orthodox places. St. Anthony Coptic Monastery, Coptic Egyptian, which is still closed, for the one who asked me. There's a water system here that I really want to take a video of it, but because of coronavirus it is closed. What is open now is the Ethiopian part of the church. And welcome to Ethiopia. And as you can understand, I'm the only one here. And the sun is with me. It used to be owned by the German Crusaders, 12th century. You can see the remains of the arches right there and there. and look at the beautiful village and the monk there. Ethiopian monk. According to the Ethiopian, amazing, isn't it? That tree, olive tree, is the tree that Abraham almost sacrificed Isaac on it. And you can see how beautiful he is. That Ethiopian village, the monks are living there. There's a lot of debates about that place, who owned that place, but that is true to all over the church. It was owned by the Ethiopians, and then the Egyptians took it, and then now it's owned by the Ethiopians. Lots of problems, so I'm not going into that political issue. But look how beautiful are those doors. When my daughter, when she was a child, used to stand there, she felt like she is Gulliver, the giant person. Now she is giant. The two churches here. The first are the 4 animals. The other one is St. Michael, and owned by the Ethiopians. The Ethiopian believes that there are a creation of a meeting between Queen Shiva, hello dear Kitty, and King Solomon. And they believe that the 10 Commandments, the Ark of the Covenant, are there as well in the city of Aksum. You will see a beautiful painting on the wall of the meeting between Queen Shiva and King Solomon, but I will try to be as quiet as I can, and of course Amika will bless the cross for you. That was the language of Gez language, the Ethiopian language. This is the second church of St. Michael. And welcome to the second option of the tomb of Jesus. This is the Church of the Holy Sepulcher. I think most of you already knows it. Yesterday I was here and took a long video of 15 minutes or something like that. Then today I'm not talking only about the Golgotha, the tomb itself. Sadly, I cannot go into the tomb with a camera, but I will talk about the tomb, and then later on, I will bless that cross into the tomb. Happily, there's no line now. Then most of the structure that you see here are from the Crusader time. Oh, that church owned by everyone: Catholic, Greek Orthodox, Armenian, Copts, Syrianic Church. You got a message. The Golgotha, according to that church, is on top of it, and that those ladies are actually climbing on. That's where they purified the body of Christ after he died. But we are heading to the tomb. Most of the people are speaking Hebrew, then Israeli tourists, and this is the tomb of Jesus. Let me... As you can see, there's no line now. The tomb is not all Damascus, and because they are speaking, I will let them go first, but I will talk about the tomb there. Right here. The structure is not old. It's from the 19th century. Because before that it had been destroyed by the Christian himself. It was burned down. The dome, rotunda, fell on the Adicola, the structure of the tomb, and destroyed. And this is new, and it was renovated a few years ago, then it looks $1 million, I must say. But I want to show you that that place used to be cemetery area as well. Then let's go into that unknown chapel. We know that Jesus got his tomb that no one used before from Joseph of Arimathea in both sides, garden tomb in here. And in his garden we found Jewish tombs from the time of Jesus. Then, remember we talked about, I think we talked about the niches, they used to bury the people, and then they put the bones in the small ossuary, then that's how the Jews used to be buried. Now, if Jesus got Joseph of Arimathea tomb that no one used before, then we believe that he built himself another tomb for his family. Then let's just bless it for a minute. And we will continue. הם נכנסו לפה.
תזהרו.
כן, תזהרו, נכון. תזהרו כאן מה... כן. This is the Israeli group. And the lady said, is that owned by the Ethiopians? Is that owned by Ethiopians? No. Now it was owned by the ceramic church. And now it's owned by the Armenian. This is the structure. You see there where the candle is. This is the first chapel of the angels who took care that no one will steal the body of Christ. The light is from the holy fire that every year, according to Greek Orthodox and Armenians, enter through the sky straight to the tomb. And all the candles were lit, are still lit from there. And the second place, that's where the woman is taking a picture, although it's not really allowed, is the structure of the tomb. And soon after I will finish taking that video, I will enter to bless it there. Before that, I want to bless it in another place, which is important for me, and then we will say goodbye. But I want you to, let's follow to a very important place. And now we will talk about the church, the meaning of the church, and the meaning of the garden, the tomb garden. It's actually the same, and we will summarize the story of what's happened there or here. That's a Golgotha, which is a skull hill, Calvary, and that's where Jesus was crucified. And again, I do have so many videos of it. Then look for it. They are now living the Golgotha, and after he died, they purified him as they purified every Jew, and they put a shroud around him. You can see the mother next to him, Mary, And that's Mary Magdalene holding her hair. That's how we recognize Mary. She is always, you can always see the hair of her. And John, the disciples, how do I know that it's John? Because he's got no beard, and he is the youngest one, the beloved one. And Nicodemus and Joseph of Arimathea. Why I'm talking about that? Oh, and this is the tomb, remember? We saw now the tomb of Joseph of Arimathea, and it looks almost like that. Why I'm talking about it? Because that stone is where Jesus' body was laid and purified. I'm talking about that one. Then in that case, there's a lot of oil here, and I want to bless it just like that, blessed it as well on that place. Oh, the smell is amazing. Now what left me to do is to say goodbye, and then Mick, I will go to the tomb to bless it, and then I will send it to you. Then thank you for watching that video, and don't forget to subscribe me. Thank you.